Now that you're really warmed up with that cross reach heel tap, we're going to go into crucifix taps. So crucifix taps are very much like a half roll. And rolling's a progression. So if we're doing a half roll, we'll leave the right leg straight out, and let's just bring the left leg up in the air. So for now, it's okay if that leg's right here. I'll show you the half roll version of the crucifix tap, where we'll bring our arms either out above our head or to our sides at a T. Let's start, if you can manage, arms overhead, toes are pointed forward, and we're just gonna reach slightly over to your side and right back. We're only about a foot's length, foot's height over the opposite leg. So you can see how this could progress into a full roll, right? And then you just pull it right back. From here, we're gonna begin to raise that foot a little bit higher. So raise this up a little bit more, tighten to the side, and right back up. It's important to know that you don't have to touch your foot to the ground. Remember, there's no goal. You want to wind up this whole side from left arm to right foot as much as possible. Tone in the midsection, lifting out of the hips so you're segmenting through the whole spine, not just a few joints, not just the hip. What I often see is when somebody comes down, they just get it at any cost, and I see power leakage. So I see tension break, and that's power leakage in the chain. Now they're gonna have to rebuild that tension, or only move from one lever. So now we're gonna move, and they're moving from a shortened lever. Whereas if we keep the lever nice and long, we're locking everything in. It becomes much harder, much more stabilization. Okay? So crucifix tap, final level will be arms out to a T or overhead. Straighten the leg out. Keep that bottom leg as tight as possible. You tap over. This is where right now I feel my maximum tension, and back to center. I like to think about shooting a water hose out of, like a fire hose, out of my heel. That really lengthens all back here for me. Fire hose out of the heel and pull it back in. Okay, to recap, these are basically half rolls, so a rolling progression. You have the short one where we're just reaching over and tapping back, reach over, tap back, eventually to groove that whole roll. Then we start to make it a bit harder as we go through it. Okay? Give your crucifix taps a try, and I'll see you in the next episode.